Hello people, welcome back. So this video is about how to get rid of bloating. Here are my top 5 causes for bloated bellies. So the cause number 1 is bread and any sort of white flour product. So we're talking about pasta, bread, all those rolls that you have. The reason why you're trying to avoid white flour is because the white flour essentially is the seed that has been stripped of the fiber. And the fiber really is essential for the whole seeds to actually even be able to leave the body. So when the fiber is not there, it stays in digestive tract. And what that does, it actually stops molding and creating all sorts of different things in your digestive tract that you don't want to have there. Now, some of you might know that you can carry up to 7 kilograms of things in our digestive tract, which we don't need. So white flour is one of the main causes for that. So another thing that comes together with white flour is yeast. Yeast is in most bread. You find it almost everywhere really. And what that does, it gets to your digestive tract and it starts brewing. Now the main problem with conventional yeast now is that years ago the bread used to be made in a way, or it's still traditionally made in that way, but not in the major sort of massive supermarkets where they just need to sell. So the way it used to be made was that the yeast it was natural yeast cultures that has been in the bakery for long years, and you would put a bit of that in the bread and that would just stay in a dough for over a night, and it would finish the brewing process, and then the bread will go into the oven. Now the whole thing is done within a couple of hours. So what that means is when that yeast gets to your body, it's still brewing. Hence one of the first thing that actually allows your belly to be so inflamed and so bloated with the air and with all the chemical reaction that happens in there. So the cause number 3 is stress that comes linked in together with indigestion. When you're stressed, you are not capable of digesting your food properly. You might be just getting it down, not really knowing what you're doing because you're thinking about 100 billion other things. So when it comes down to your lunch or dinner, try to sit down, unwind a little bit and enjoy the food that you're actually eating. If you just put it down to your stomach without even biting it and knowing what you're eating, that's, you know, because of how stressed you are, that's gonna cause some serious problems for the stomach to be able to digest that food. So this is the cause number 3. Now cause number 4 are dairy products. Some of us have actually have a digestive enzyme that helps us to digest the dairy products. You know, not mentioning that, you know, we are the only mammal that is drinking milk after the breastfeeding time from different species of mammals. That's not what I'm talking about today, but it's something that you need to know about as well. However, if you haven't developed the digestive enzyme that can actually digest that dairy products, you end up being bloated as a result of your digestive tract not knowing what to do with the dairy. So dairy is my number 4 reasons of bloated bellies. And finally, the 5th cause is that people don't move enough. If you drive to your office and sit on a chair the whole day and get home and sit on your sofa, your digestive tract will sadly not work the way it's supposed to. We have been designed to move around, to do some kind of movement. Now, we're not running around in the forest anymore and hunting animals and doing all sorts of things or picking up berries and stuff. We are more of sort of developed in a completely different way, so you have to overcompensate for that. Now the way is maybe go for a longer walk, hit the gym if that's what you want to do, or other physical activities, sign up for some sport, or just do whatever you actually feel like it's gonna help. So these are just very briefly my top 5 reasons for being bloated. Feel free to ask any questions, I'll be always happy to answer. Do let me know what would you like to see in some of my next videos, and I will see you next time.